are on my YouTube, you too will be a YouTube sensation. Yeah. Before you do anything, we're going to talk about consecutive integers. Without interruption, before we do anything, we're going to talk about consecutive integers. Give me an example of consecutive integers.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc., etc. Give me an example of even consecutive integers.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Who do we appreciate? Give me an example of odd consecutive.
1, 3, 5, 7.
I don't have anything fancy for you. Now let's talk. You do have to realize between 1 and 2, how many units do we have?
1.
Between 1 and 3?
1,
2. 1 to 3 is 2. 1 to 4 is?
3.
So therefore, when we're talking about consecutive integers, we are going to call them x, x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3. Now stick with me for just a minute, okay? How far is the distance from 2 to 4? 2 to 6.
2.
2 to 8.
6.
1 to 3.
2.
1 to 5.
4.
1 to 7.
6.
Do you see a pattern in even and odds?
Yes.
Notice if I call consecutive even and odd integers, I'm going to call them x and then x plus what?
2.
And then x plus what?
4.
And then x plus what?
6.
Okay, notice when you guys hear the word odd, you freak out all of a sudden. Oh my gosh, it has a 2, 4, 6. Yeah, because they are 2 units apart. To go from 1 to 3 is 2 units. To go from 1 to 5 is 4 units. To go from 1 to 7 is 6, okay? So whenever you hear of an even and odd, you're going to think of what? X, x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6. Capiche?
Mm-hmm.
We are moving into lesson 1-9, and we are trying to highlight right here. We are doing word problems. Problem solving with equations. Can you solve word problems?
Yes.
The first thing that they're telling you to do is read your book, page 50. So I'm going to push pause, and then we're going to get hard. Example 1 says, each of the base angles of an isosceles triangle. What do you think I'm going to draw? No, it is assumed that you have come into class and you know something about an isosceles triangle. Can somebody tell me what they know about an isosceles triangle?
2 angles are equal.
2 angles are equal. But what else?
2 sides.
2 sides are equal. Very good. So I marked up my not so drawn to proportion isosceles triangle. Each of the base angles of an isosceles triangle has a measure that is 30 degrees less than the measure of the vertex. Let's call the vertex x degrees. What can I call the angle in the bottom left corner, y'all? If it is 30 degrees less than the measure of x minus 30. All of that is in degrees. And what could I call this guy right here?
X minus 30.
X minus 30, and all of that is degrees. Now, our book is assuming that we have some more information about a triangle, which we do. We know all angles of a triangle add up to be how many? 180. So from here, it does say to find each angle, so I'm going to leave that little question right there. From here, I can draw my equation. 180 is equal to, what do I do with all the angles?
2x minus 60.
Watch yourselves.
X minus, or x plus x minus 30 plus x minus 30.
Nice. Okay. Now, some of you like to, I think Tristan was just trying to add them. Okay, so Tristan was just saying x plus x plus x, and he said, hey, I know that that's 3x. And negative 30 and negative 30, hey, I know that that's negative 60. Okay, notice I took the step of actually writing the whole equation, but is Tristan wrong at the second line? No. Okay, he's wrong if he forgot one of the x's. All right, so from here, we're just going to solve for x. So what would be my first step? What do y'all think?
Add 60.
what is x equal to? 80 degrees. So now the question says to find what? Each angle. If this angle is 80 degrees, what is this angle right here? 50 degrees. What is this angle right here? And remember that when our problem-solving plan, when we were reading that in the book on page 50, it said to make sure that the question made sense. Does this make sense that 50 plus 50 plus 80 adds up to be all the angles of a triangle?
Yep.
All right. This one is long, and this one is requiring a chart. So, will you read it nice and loud for me, Trevor?
Adult ticks at
The ticks is tickets.
Adult tickets at an art museum cost $1.50 more than children's tickets. One day, 200 adults tickets and 160 children's tickets were sold at the museum. The income from the adults tickets was $30 less than twice the income from the children's tickets. How much does each type of ticket cost?
Okay, so let's start really simple. What do you think I'm going to draw? A chart. And in that chart, what am I going to have?
Adult tickets, children tickets.
Adult tickets and children tickets. Okay? And let's talk about what's happening here. Wow, I'm drawing my chart very small. Okay, the first thing that we know is that if I was to buy a ticket for $7 for me, and then I decide to buy one for my husband, I bought 2 tickets, and they're $7, so what am I doing?
Yeah, adding.
I'm adding, or I'm multiplying it, right? So I know the number of tickets times the cost is equal to the total. Are you with me? Okay, so let's compare what we can compare. It says adult tickets at an art museum cost $1.50 more than children's tickets. If I call the children's tickets C, what can I call an adult ticket?
C plus 1.5.
Good, C plus 1.5, or we'll keep it in money right here and call that $1.50. I made a very small chart. Now, it says one day, 200 adult tickets. Hey, where am I going to put that number 200? In the totals. So I'm going to put 200 right here. Oh, I totally switched it up, didn't I? This is the number and this is the cost. Sorry, I switched it up. You're cool? Still the same thing, but I just switched it. All right, so how many children's tickets? 160 children's tickets. So where am I going to put that? In the number. So remember, in order to get the total is usually what we're messing with. So this is typically the box where I'm going to work with. I made my box bigger. Let's see if I can erase this line. Oh, I can't. I lost it. All right, so I'm going to take 200 and multiply it by C plus 150. Are you with me? And I'm going to take 160 and multiply that by C. So my two totals are here and here. Now this is where it gets really confusing. Because remember, the income is the total. Are you with me? And it says the income from the adult tickets was $30 less than twice the income from the children's. Well, that is a really long statement, and I think it's very confusing. So what if I was comparing the adult income, and let's say I say it's equal. Now we know it's not equal because what did they tell us? They say that the adult ticket income was 30 less than. Hey, what do I need on the children's side? Okay, the left side is my adult side. What do I need on the children's side? You just told me. What was it? Minus 30. So I'm going to move this over just a hair so we can see. Minus 30 I need right here. It says the adult price from the children's was 30 less than twice the income from the children's. So what do I have to do with all of the children's income? Multiply it by 2. So from here, now all we have is a long equation to solve. You guys can do that, right? We'll work on it together. I'm going to blow this bad boy up. Grab your calculators. What's 200 times C?
300.
What is 200 times 1.5? 300.
Oh, yeah.
And what's 2 times 160, C? And that's C. minus 30. Notice that minus 30 is not part of that. Okay, so make sure you don't put that in parentheses. That's totally separate. So I probably would bring the 200 over there, wouldn't you? By doing what? Subtracting 200. So I would subtract 200. What do I do to one side? I do to the other. Are you good?
Yep.
300 is equal to 120c minus 30. Next step. Bring the 30 over by doing what? 330 is equal to 120c. So, how much is the price of a children's ticket? $2.75. But, if I look at the whole question, okay, I do know the price of a children's ticket, right? But what does the question ask us to do?
So each type, so add 150 to the.
Good. So we do have to add $1.50 for the adult ticket. So I'm going to write out my answer. The children's ticket is $2.75, and the adult ticket is $1.50 more, which makes it how much? $1 more would be $3.75, and another 50 would be $4.25. Are y'all ready for an easy one? We are not. All right, we have a really easy one next. We are going to skip example 3 because this is going to be our day tomorrow. We're going to learn how to do this one tomorrow. It is very, very difficult. Example 4 says Judy has $12 more than Barb. I called her Bob today. Together, they have $58. How much money does each girl have? I am going to let you set this up and solve it all on your... All right.
First day of the second
Judy has $12 more than Barb. Did you call Judy J or Barb B?
Barbie.
I called Barb B. If I compare Judy and Barb, what will I call Judy?
B plus 12.
Because she has $12 more than Barb. Are y'all with me?
Yes.
Together, what did I do with the money?
They have $58.
Together, what did I do with the money?
You added 2.
I added.
12 equals
So let's add down. I love to add down because visually I like to add down. B plus B is
2B plus 12.
plus 12. And together they have how much money?
$58.
58. First step in solving, Tristan,
Subtract 12 from 58.
which is 46. Very good.
46.
Last step, Trevor. How much money does Barb have? 23 buckaroos. So I would go back and answer the question. Barb has $23. If Judy has $12 more, how much money does Judy have? You guys sound so excited. And together, remember they always say to check, check, check. Together, if I add that, do I get 58 bucks?
Yep.